This episode is brought to you by FairDesk, a crypto derivatives trading platform founded by 6 former Binance execs and 3 former Morgan Stanley architects. FairDesk is a company focused on building a platform that enables traders to profit from both rising and falling markets. Sign up today and CB will credit you up to $600 in trading funds. For more information, visit fairdesk.com, link in the description below.
Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Okay.
We are doing it live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis with yours truly, Crypto Blood. How's everyone doing out there today? Hope you guys are having a great Monday. It is beautiful up here in Michigan. The fall. That is like the second best season for me. I love the summer and I absolutely love the fall. So enjoying the fall weather. Nice apple cider and donuts. You know, all that great fall weather stuff. Gotta put my white man voice on. Yeah, buddy. Again, hope everyone's doing well. Red River said he can't wait to hear about this story. Yep, we got a lot to delve into today, ladies and gents. Calvin 3X is in the building. We got I don't know how to say that one, brother, but thank you. Yoni Huitz. There we go. Maybe that's it. Let me know if I got that right or if I butchered it. But all in all, great day. Make sure you guys hit those thumbs up. Smack those faces for, brother. Get up there on stage like he was talking about your beloved wife and smack that like button for me, please. Jojo Wave in the building. What's bracking? What's black? Man, hey, man, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Tony, that don't spell Tony, my friend, at all. Or am I dyslexic or something? What's going on? Tony, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you tuning in. But today, as you guys saw on the banner thumbnail, a Fed emergency meeting. What happened? Yeah, it happened today, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, evidently, it was something positive for the markets because we got Bitcoin, cryptos up. We've got stock market up like crazy, 700 points. The Dow was up. So something positive happened, or could it be what happened over in the UK, or could it be there's a number of things. The UN came out. They said a couple of things regarding these interest rate hikes. We're going to look at all of that today and dissect it and connect the dots and all that good stuff on today's episode of My Two Satoshis. Crypto Dominance, the eye of the truth. That's right, my G. Rand said, man, that was a quick jab. What do you mean? What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Let's take a look at Bloodalytics.com because that's where you can sign up and, man, get it into the action, man. We are taking advantage of this volatility that happened today. It's been kind of quiet lately, but it's picking up a little bit today. Bloodalytics.com. If you are interested in actively trading your portfolio, this is the place to do it without a shadow of a doubt. BNB pair will be added on October 15th now instead of this past weekend. If you missed the live stream that went over the results for last week with the Bloodalytics system, don't forget to go check that out. It is you should see it on the channel. It's the last video I did, which was yesterday. But let's take a look at the technicals really quickly because it is like paint drying, man. I mean, it's just lack of real direction. We keep bumping up against the bottom of this channel. Like, I just make a decision. Why don't you? 1900, or I should say 19,560 bucks is where we are on the markets for Bitcoin right now. And it's just really still not giving us any clear direction. We are staying above this trend line. I will say that. So I guess fairly slightly bullish. if you want to paint it in that form or in that light. I would say slightly bullish, but I'm not fully bullish until we get above 20,300 or even this peak right here of 20,100. So I don't know, man. Markets did move up, Bitcoin and cryptos, that is, but we saw even bigger moves in the stock market, which we'll take a look at in a second. Fair Desk is where I trade. You guys looking to trade? Like, seriously, the best platform to trade. And my guy Jay Crypto Minded, he mentioned it last night on the live stream. He's like, yeah, this is by far one of the better exchanges out here. It's a small things that I really can't even explain until you start using it. You'll find out for yourself. Just real small things that makes it easy for you to get in and out of positions, and makes it easy for you to earn rewards. Okay, so I'm giving $600 if you deposit, or up to $600 depending on how much you deposit with Fair Desk. They have great commission rebates going on over there. They have what's called a trading contest, which is a pool prize of $40,000 plus Apple products. Number one trader gets $15,000 plus an iPhone 14 Pro. This ends in 8 days. Second prize gets 10K. Third prize gets 5K. And then the rest of the winners split the remaining balance there. But check them out, though. As far as the trading, I'm just into the trading. It is a great platform for that. Stock market, we have Dow Jones pulling up hard, $765, up 2.6% today. Look at that, man. S&P 500 up 2.5%. It's crazy. You see a day where the Dow outpaces the S&P and the NASDAQ and just beat the Russell 2K, with the VIX going down 4%, 4.5%, almost 5%, I should say. So VIX going down is fairly bullish for the markets. So let's see where we are with FX, or I should say the Dixie down 0.5% today. It's trading at 111.64 and it's well off that high of, I think, 114 we saw last week. So we are seeing some move down for the Dixie. Its high was 114.20 or 114.30 something, or 60 something, somewhere around there. We're coming off those highs for sure. We're having a break. We saw stocks rally. We saw yields come down. And again, you have to ask yourself, is it because of this secret Federal Reserve meeting that we had this morning at 11:38 or 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time? I don't know. We have to get into that in a second. Stocks surge, kicking off October. A new quarter. Bond yields tumble. Dow closes up 760 points. Again, yields tumbling on bonds means that the bond prices are heading higher. So it should be the opposite, but we're in this perverted inverse, upside down is up is down world because of the Federal Reserve. Absolutely because of the Federal Reserve. I thought that we would see, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Credit Suisse is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Shares hit record low. CDS's spike to record highs after CEO letter backfires. So Credit Suisse is having almost a Lehman moment right now. And I thought this would weigh heavy on the markets. But I guess it's all about what has more importance and more weight. And unfortunately, what I'm going to show you here in a second is probably trumping this news right here, at least for today. Now, it is a new month, so there could be some rebalancing going on in the stock market specifically. Not talking about really talking about cryptos, but because cryptos are so correlated with the stock market, it kind of pulls it up with it. Seba said, what really changed from last week other than a new month? Nothing at all. Yeah, Credit Suisse, man. Dixie weekly bearish divergence forming. John Hill, aka Default, is saying it's upside down world crisis is good. Yes, you might be right. But in addition to that, I mean, you could possibly say or look at that as the market was looking at this Credit Suisse situation as a crisis is good situation, meaning that maybe the Fed will slow down because we have banks now unraveling. CDSs, credit default swaps, spiking and blowing out, similar to what we saw in 2008. Now, I don't think this is systemic, but it could turn into something systemic. Who knows? Or maybe it's just isolated. However, I highly doubt it that this is an isolated event. If Credit Suisse is having issues, there's exposure from other banks and counterparty risks that are tied to Credit Suisse. So, first time live crypto blood for president. Amen. Boy, I would get assassinated faster than Martin Luther King, my friend. It was very difficult to stop myself from shorting the British pound today. Glad you didn't though, right? Because British pound is up off its lows, almost 12% from its lows. It got very close to parity with the dollar. I think it's trading at $1.12 now, which is still insane to even say. Tony said England is printing again. Right, so that's what we're going to talk about today as well. Let's take a look at quickly. Forex Factory is what I use all the time. I know it's not crypto related, but this is the calendar I always take a look at when I'm looking for economic news, like a list of a run up on what's going to happen for the day. And so today, I think yesterday was a banking holiday for Japan. Yeah, Japan was out. Oh no, Aussie. Australia had a banking holiday. China had a banking holiday. Okay, that was yesterday going into today. And Germany had a bank holiday. So a lot of people were thinking that we're going to see, you know, what they always try to do is that Monday on that banking holiday, they do something drastic, right? That's what they normally try to pull together. And we did see a meeting happen today, but we didn't have a banking holiday here in the United States, but one in Germany, one in Japan, and in China. So that could have been why people were thinking we would see some type of intervention or something happen today, but not really seeing anything. The markets are up though, so let's take a look at this first one, because I think this may be a prelude to what is going to happen here, ladies and gents, as far as the Fed might stop, at least pause their interest rate hikes, because it is starting to get antsy out here. UN accuses richest nations of imprudent gamble in inflation fight. So they're saying that the interest rate rises and austerity the world's richest nations are using to fight sky-high inflation risk a painful global recession that would hurt developing countries the most. So they put a letter out to the US and other nations like the UK to say, hey, please stop. And primarily it's all caused because of us. It's all caused because of the U.S. Federal Reserve. If you would just want to be honest with you, it's all because of us. So they really should just send this sign, seal, and deliver it to the U.S. Federal Reserve. No one else. Because the U.S. dollar is the main currency used across the globe. And with that being said, what is currency? What is fiat money? What does the U.S. dollar represent? It represents debt. So U.S. is the main debt holder, or I should say countries have most of their debt held in U.S. dollars. So if the dollar is getting stronger, then it's harder for them to pay off those loans they have denominated in dollars. So this is causing issues all over the world. Higher interest rates from the Fed have helped fuel a sharp rise in the value of the dollar against other currencies, putting pressure on poorer nations on the price of goods imported from overseas, as well as the cost of servicing their own debt, which I just talked about. So will the pressure from the UN cause the Federal Reserve to maybe take a step back, or at least stop? You guys let me know in the comments below. What do you think about that? Is that something we should be looking for or planning for. Because I'm going to be honest with you, even if the Federal Reserve just stops raising interest rates, it will cause markets to go ham. I mean, ham to the upside. Bitcoin is going to jump 10% plus easily in a day. You're going to see altcoins go crazy. You're going to see stock markets go crazy. Today, a 2.5% move is nothing. You're going to see like a 5% move in the stock markets if we get an announcement from Jerome Powell that he's going to stop interest rates hikes. Or even, let's say, he stops quantitative tightening and continues interest rate hikes. One of the two. And if he says both of them, then it's really going to cause a risk on rally. So you guys need to be prepared with your dry powder. And hey, it doesn't make sense. I know it's not right. If they stop, it is not right. They need to raise interest rates because easy and inexpensive money is only going to help the rich first. And by the time it gets to the rest of the people, the buying power is gone. The trickle down effect doesn't really work that well, in my opinion. It trickles down, but by the time it gets to the middle class, lower middle class, and even lower class individuals, the purchasing power has been eroded. Red River said, interestingly, UK holds very little U.S. Treasury debt, unlike Japan, who has a lot of it. Yes, Japan might be the number one or number two. China, I think, is number one. So, yeah, you're right. Unfortunately, when we get the rest of the world, okay, I guess I'm not understanding. When we sneeze, the rest of the world gets a flu. Okay, there you go, Seba. You got it out there, buddy. All right. Yes, very true. Very true. So I think, this warning from the UN might influence what the Federal Reserve decides to do. Now, they had this emergency meeting today at, it says here 12:15 p.m., but I thought it was at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But it looks like it happened at noon or just after noon. Okay, a meeting of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System was held under expedited procedures as set forth in section 261B.7 of the board's rules regarding public observation of meetings at the board's office at 20th and C Streets. All right, a video and audio conference call to be considered, or to consider the following matters of official board business. So they're going to be reviewing and the determination by the Board of Governors of the advance and discount rates to be charged by the Federal Reserve banks. So I don't know. Sounds like a whole bunch of gobbledygook. I don't know what the hell they're saying here, to be honest with you. So the meeting was closed to public observation because the matters fall under exemptions 9AI of the government in the Sunshine Act. And it was determined that the public interest did not require opening the meeting. So what do you guys think they were talking about here in this emergency meeting? Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know, man. I think it definitely has something to do with Credit Suisse. It may have even had something to do with the UN. But it could have also been this. UK does a reversal. This could be why the stock markets are up, to be honest with you. UK does a full reversal and a humiliating U-turn and scraps the tax cuts for the top earners to restore credibility. UK Prime Minister Liz Truss was pushed into what the FT called a humiliating U-turn forced by growing discontent from members of her own Conservative Party when she ditched her plans to slash taxes for the highest earners just over a week after announcing her shocking mini budget, quote unquote, which set off an avalanche of selling in the sterling and gilts and nearly wiped out the UK pension system. Crazy. So they said we get it and we have listened. So they've done a full 180. And I think the markets might be thinking that the Federal Reserve is going to do a full 180. I'm not convinced yet. I don't really think there's enough blood in the streets, to be honest with you. I personally don't think. I mean, if we think this is a lot of blood in the streets, oof, we are on that heroin for real. We are hooked on the dog food. Red River said they were talking about something that doesn't like sunshine. Right, exactly. The Sunshine Act. What the hell? That is crazy, bro. So UK, they reversed their whole position. And, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you from here. I think they're still in a very bad situation just from an energy perspective. Like energy resources this winter is going to cause a Great Depression in the UK and in the EU. I think you're going to see a huge something that we haven't seen in a long time occur in the EU. So any reversal or change in stance from the prime minister absolutely means nothing, because they haven't or can't address the real elephant in the room, and that is nat gas. That's, you know, the supply being cut off. Now, I was talking to a buddy of mine, Rice TVX. I was talking to Rice earlier today for a good 45 minutes on the phone, and we brought up the fact about, you know, the pipeline. And he brought up a good point. There's really no reason for Russia to have attacked their own pipelines. And I believe Sleepy Joe said something about us doing something to their pipelines last year or earlier this year. People forgot about that. Rice had to remind me. So honestly, it probably wasn't Russia. You can put 2 and 2 together on who probably did that pipeline Nord Stream attack. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Noel G said, why meeting is secret? What they want to hide? I don't know, man. Probably want to hide their concern, right? So in governments across the world, the one thing they want to maintain is a perception of being in control. Having control is the number one perceived characteristic they want the masses to see. That they got everything under control. They know what's going on. There's no panicking. Well, they were probably panicking a little bit in this meeting. Not sure what to do. Asking questions. Throwing stuff out there. So that's why he didn't have that one recorded. Honestly, Seba said, I think too many people were short and it was the perfect opportunity to create a squeeze. Well, I wouldn't even call, maybe in the equities, but definitely not in cryptos. Cryptos didn't move that much. Bank of England are asleep at the wheel. They sure are. If they're asleep at the wheel, then we're dead at the wheel. How about that? If Bank of England is asleep at the wheel, the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, they're dead at the wheel. Dead on arrival. Dead on the crash. Dead on the crash. Yeah, let's see how the rest of the week plays out before earnings start as well. You think the U.S. and man, Tony, I'm not gonna. You can connect the dots. You can connect the dots. JC said it was NATO. Okay, I can. But who was NATO? Connect the dots. I thought that we popped the lines from the get-go, so in my opinion, shouldn't have been taking this fact. I hear you on that. Everything was up today except for natural gas. Now explain that. Right. Man, these markets, bro. Insane. Fully rigged. Fully rigged. So yeah, that's where we are with the UK doing a complete reversal. But before we get out of here, I do want to cover some crypto related things. This was absolutely hilarious and thought I would bring this up to you guys. Millions in cryptocurrencies vanished as agents watched helplessly. So the Fed had seized a big amount of crypto, right? storage and had it locked up a storage device full of ill-gotten tokens. Then someone started stealing the loot. So someone started stealing the money that was on those wallets, and the Fed couldn't do anything about it. Now, I used to have a subscription to Bloomberg, but I canceled it because I didn't really use it much. I might have to reinstate it. But, have you guys noticed a lot of these websites are starting to have paywalls? Like, the internet is about to be like taxing you for every little piece of information you want. So I thought that was interesting. That I was really, over the last year and a half, I started seeing a lot more paywalls on many of the websites. Bloomberg has had one up for a while. Like I said, I used to have their subscription. FT has had one, but I'm starting to see them on very small sites as well. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Fed seized some cash, crypto, and then the guys just took it right back. Man, oh man, you can't make this stuff up. Ethereum killer, Solana. Let's look a shot for all my Solana fans. If I had to organize from worst to worstest, yes, I said worstest. If I had to organize it, it would probably be XRP, Cardano, then Solana. Solana is probably the worst. No. Let me start over. I would say Cardano is number one, the least, the nicest or cleanest shirt in the laundry, in the dirty laundry. Then I would put Solana. Then I would put XRP. XRP is the worst of the worst. But Solana ain't far behind it. Solana, I can't stand. It's a VC. It's everything. It's the antithesis of what crypto was all about. You got VC Wall Street money backing it, funding it, pumping it down your throats. You got a blockchain that goes down. At this point in 2022, it's gone down 4 times already. Last year it went down maybe 4 or 5 times. So it's gone down almost 10 times. Okay, almost a dozen times this blockchain has gone down. If we could teleport backwards to 2016, 15, and you told me that in 2022 there would be a coin that's top 10, somewhere around there, that has gone down almost a dozen times, yeah, I wouldn't believe you. I wouldn't believe you. Solana is has suffered another outage, ladies and gents. Solana turned into the next EOS? Negative. You could never listen. EOS has never gone down. I will never support any chain that has gone down. That's rule number 1 for a crypto OG. Any of our OGs, even people got in 17, know that. You don't mess with coins or blockchains that don't have a 99.999% uptime. That's rule number 1. But yet we seem to see this one continually have issues, which is crazy, which is absolutely crazy. EOS, granted, they haven't had the greatest support or guidance or leadership because of Block 1, dubious ways, shady ways. Well, they got them kicked out of it. Block 1 is no longer in the equation with EOS. So now they can focus on actually bringing more people to the system. But EOS, if I'm not mistaken, has a higher TPS than Solana and has never gone down. So you put the pieces to the puzzle together. Popular blockchain has suffered a handful of outages, of course, but here's the latest one. A misconfigured node caused Solana network to stop processing transactions and go offline Friday, the 4th major outage for the popular blockchain since January, when it had a string of partial outages for most of that month, according to the data from Solana. This outage comes 1 year after nearly an 18-hour outage last September. Man, oh man. And you know, that's why I'm so disappointed with the state of crypto nowadays, because again, you see stuff like this, a Solana blockchain in the top 10 by market cap, and the damn thing can't even stay up. Like that should be number one rule for any blockchain. You can't have it go down. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. You're not a blockchain if you're going down. So you got some core issues, and people say, oh, it's in beta. Beta my ass. It is not perceived to be in beta. A lot of people don't, you know, it's a lot of money invested and staked in the Solana ecosystem. Your blockchain is not in beta when you're opening physical stores in New York. Okay? I'm sorry. So you can say that for somebody else. Let's see what the comments say here regarding Solana, or if you can turn it off. Man. Solana working 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Good one, Joe. Noel. Good one. Good one, good one, good one. Something ain't right about Solana. Ethereum to the moon. Yeah, Ethereum, man, you know, Ethereum has its issues, but man, god darn it, you can't say it has gone down. I'm sorry. You know, Litecoin never gone down. So I mean, to me, it just ruins the ecosystem when we see people supporting this piece of stuff, Solana. Okay, and you know, it's crazy because the whole case about marketing dollars paints and molds the masses, their opinions about stuff. If you put something in you know, in the public's face enough, it becomes a reality. It just they adopt it. Like, it's crazy, man. Gonna run and enjoy the weather later, folks. Thanks, Red River, for tuning in. Crypto Clan said right. You're not a blockchain if you keep going down. You're not. I'm sorry. I guess I'm just from the old school, but listen, all you new schoolers, I'm trying to help you understand the ethos and the, you know, some of the tenets that we lived by in the earlier days of the blockchain game. Listen, that was something we touted. Your chain, you know, you would put your post up about your new coin, or you would, one of the stats you would put out there would be uptime. You know, that is critically important when you have an infrastructure as the base layer, and you're wanting people to put their assets and their value on and trade on your blockchain. You can't have billions of dollars on a blockchain that is susceptible to going down. That locks up all that money, all those assets, and everything that's built on top of that layer one. It's frozen. You can't have that. You simply can't have that. So it is what it is. From a G perspective in the building, crypto is filled with pipe dreams. Absolutely. And a lot of those pipes are going to be Nord Stream. Yeah, they're going to get burst, man, for sure. Yes, Johnny Bravo, tell them again, my friend, smash those like buttons for me, ladies and gents. We got 47 people in the building currently. Please hit the like button and support CBTV and get more people seeing the real, not the fake. From a G perspective, YouTube channel is nice too. Go check that out for me. But yeah, I just wanted to definitely give you guys that piece of news. If you didn't know, Solana down once again. Went down once again on Friday. I don't know how long it was down, but down for even 5 minutes is too long. So looks like it was down 2 hours and 45 minutes. Absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Apex says no stream. Exactly. So just wanted to let you guys know the VC backed, pumped, shield blockchain Solana down again. Oh man, here we go. Kardashians have to pay, or Kim specifically has to pay 1.6 million after being accused of unlawfully touting cryptocurrency. Oh man. You know, this is why I have no real respect for like the SEC and how they conduct themselves. These are all like, these are just for show. These types of lawsuits are just for show. $1.6 million. What is $1.6 million really doing to Kim Kardashian? Help me understand. Is that really affecting her? Is that going to cause her to think more, think through what she decides to promote next time? I would say negative. I would say negative. It's not going to affect her at all. So she was touting or promoting a cryptocurrency called Ethereum Max. Ethereum Max. Oh my God, man. You look at the, you gotta be kidding me. This looks so cheesy. This looks like a scam. Not saying it is. I'm just saying it looks like one. Kardashian, Kim will pay a settlement without, listen to this, without admitting to or denying the SEC's findings. That's a cop-out. That's how they do them. You don't have to admit wrong. You just pay the fine and keep it moving. Who is the SEC really protecting? How are they protecting consumers or investors when the damage is already done? And all the promoters, the pumpers get is a slap on the wrist. Because 1.26 million is nothing to her. Absolutely nothing. But you know what I found even funnier? Guess who else was involved in this? My man Floyd Mayweather. Oh my God. Like, this guy, he should get enough of this by now. You would think. Like, who are his advisors? Because they are horrible. He continually gets caught up in these pump and dumps. I don't understand. We know he himself, he's not knowledgeable about the crypto space, but his advisors and people around him should, by now, he should appoint someone as like a crypto advisor, right? Come holler at Crypto Blood. I'll vet these projects for you. How are you continually making these horrible pump and dump decisions? I just don't understand. Floyd, hit me up, man. I'm in the D, you know. And you know about the D. You're from Grand Rapids. Come holler at your boy. But Emax, oh my God, it just sounds horrible and cringe-worthy. Yep, it's dwindling, of course, like most of these cryptocurrencies. And is that? I thought. I'm sorry. I thought that was what's my man name? The football player, guys, the retired football, the great from the 49ers. I'm drawing a blank, but I thought that was him. Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, so Floyd Mayweather, Kim Kardashian, Paul Pierce, he was caught. He was in another one as well prior to this. All hit with a class action lawsuit, man. So there you go, man. Slap on the wrist for these guys. No jail time though. You start you start throwing out jail time, I guarantee you won't have a lot of this mess. You won't have a lot of this mess at all. Let's get Kanye to help her pay. Wow, that's funny. She made so much off that promotion though. It's nothing. Right. Like, I wonder how much she was paid to even promote that. If it was more than 1.2 million, then, you know, it's like not a loss really. Regarding Kardashian, it doesn't stop JPM from doing their thing in the metals market. Exactly. JP Morgan has been rigging the silver and gold market for years, and it's known. It's a known fact that they've been, like, when I say known, not to like us, but I'm saying publicly and on record known that they've been manipulating the silver and gold markets. Nothing happens. They pay a small fine and keep it going. SEC went hard on Reggie Middleton, but went super easy on billionaire Kim Kardashian. Exactly. They took more money from Reggie Middleton in assets and all that than they just fined Kim Kardashian for. Insane. Fined $1 million more than paid. Wow. Yeah, Kardashian blew up NS2. Yo, that's funny, bro. That's funny. Jerry Rice. Thank you, Ron B. Does that not look like Jerry Rice? I don't think I can rewind this here, but
tarps,
yeah, clearly that dude looked like that was Jerry Rice's doppelganger. Clearly Jerry Rice's doppelganger right there, ladies and gents, live and direct. JPM makes billions rigging markets, pays millions in fines. Exactly. Allegedly 200K. JPM pays out lots and never blinks. It's all part of the system. JP Morgan set up the Federal Reserve. Well, they didn't set up the Federal Reserve, but they were integral. He was integral and part of establishing that. It was like 6 different titans that came together for the Federal Reserve. If you guys didn't read the book, A Creature from Jekyll Island, please go check that out by G. Edward Griffin. Great book. Absolutely great book. Blood, would you invest in JPM stock and hold long term? They're building on Ethereum and hold a lot of physical silver. Sounds like a bank that is resistant to crisis. No, I think the like web or bank 3.0, if you want to kind of clump it in there with web 3.0, is going to look totally different. You're not going to have traditional banks. And if I don't think the US is going to do this, but if the US does issue a CBDC, then your traditional banking system is the structure of it is going to completely be disrupted. But again, I don't think they're going to do that because that would be shooting themselves in the foot, and they love, you know, siphoning off money, rent seeking, you know, all that from the current system. Any change in the system wouldn't be beneficial to them, especially in a world where there's a CBDC, because again, there's no real need for the Federal Reserve. There wouldn't be any need because all that could be programmed in a smart contract to manage everything, interest rates and all that, blink of an eye. So I just don't think they want to go that route because it would disrupt and kill so many banking jobs. It would be worse. Like, it would cause higher unemployment, and it just wouldn't make sense to me. That's just my personal opinion on why we won't see a CBDC in the United States, here in the United States. Other countries will definitely adopt them, but I think just rolling out Fed Now, which is going to be a much quicker system as far as you know, transferring the digital money that we already have in the US, the eCash. I don't think we're going to see an actual token that, you know, will be on a blockchain and, you know, that traditional sense. But yeah, I don't think so. One CBDC to rule them all. I don't know, man. I don't see it coming. I don't see it. To me, it would be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. But I don't know. Could be wrong. But that's pretty much it, though, guys. We're 46 minutes into this. Again, just before leaving, please walk up to the stage and smack Chris Rock. Smack those thumbs up out of his mouth, please. And don't apologize either when you get up there for your speech. Your boy Crypto Blood. Make sure you guys, again, like, share, and subscribe. And click that bell to receive more live streams like this. It's my 2 Satoshis. Yours truly, Crypto Blood. I'm out of here. Holla!
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay.